Shemayim Pesach, help me Hashem. V'yoyso, Shalom Aleichem. Hey Lanu Yosef Yiftach, v'yoyso v'lecho atoy, Elavavanu Yiftach, Sharei Shemayim Pesach. Agud Voch Raboisai. Shkoyach. Wow. Welcome to all the guests. Subject: Klal Yisrael Shir. This is from a chassid in Williamsburg. First of all, Agroisin Yishkoyach for changing my life for the good. Been with MDY since Sanhedrin and haven't missed a day since. I can't believe myself how enjoyable and how much happiness Torah has enriched my life with. I live in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. When I first started and got hooked, I told my chaver about MDY. He's a very strong Satmar chassid. Was quite impressed, but he told me, you really need to ask a shayla if it's allowed to learn Torah in English. I decided, why not? I'll ask. So I asked my dayan, which is one of the greatest Satmar dayanim in Williamsburg, and he told me, Koi lechoy, keep strong and keep going. Lach techos, Torah is Torah. Lach techos, it says here, I'm serious, in English. Lach techos, Lachdichos. Lach techos, laugh it out. Torah is Torah. You should know that I know of many younger light that were up to nothing, and they are now doing the daf with the Eli Stefansky, and he has a very, very big schis. That being said, a few days ago by the shir, you played a video of a chayal saying good morning, Rabbi Isai. Here it comes, Rabbi Isai. No, he doesn't go there. And you were jokingly concerned for the Satmar Hasidim watching your shir, which you estimate to be around 50 people. I said there's 50 in Kiryas Yoel on the WhatsApp group. That they're moida, barabim, that they do this kind of avayda. I have news for you. There are a lot more. I would guess a few hundred for sure. Maybe not everyone's registered with MDY or is letting everyone know that they're doing the shir with you. But so many people that I mentioned that I do the daf admitted that they are too. Thanks for everything. Thanks again for everything. The same way that you enrich my life daily, Hashem should enrich your life with all the brachas in the Torah every single day with tremendous gratitude. Yitalmid. Shkoyach. Dear Rebelli Shlita, my son Hillel Karasik, 11th grade at Darchi Torah, who learns the daf with you, Be'ezer Hashem, suggests that a pshat in the above mentioned the Gemara, Kan ba'av ala ben, Kan ben ala av, in the name of Reb Dr. Zev Brown, son of Moshe Brown Shlita, that since Adam Rishon did not have a human father, but did have a son, it's built into the Teva Olam that a father's love for his children is stronger than a child's love for his father. Thank you very much for everything. Tiskla mitzvahs and Kol, Tuv, Sela, Zev, Karisik, Far Rockaway, Yeshakayach. I don't know if I showed this. Did I show this already? I think I did. Yeah, I did. And I did speak about Dr. Dauber. I think, no? Only in the Hebrew, and this also in the Hebrew? Join MDY, check this out. In Ontario, there's even a QR code that says mdydaf.com. So a lot of Torontonians that are not even affiliated, they're not even Jewish, that are doing the daf now because of that QR code. This is Dr. Dauber, famous Dr. Dauber, anesthesiologist in Chicago, doing the daf during surgery. I don't want him as my anesthesiologist. This I showed for sure, no? Only in Hebrew. This is the Chaburas Amaritzim. They have the t-shirts Amaritzim, and they went to get they wanted to do a Ben Sar Moira meal. So I zoomed in on the piece of meat to show the oilam, and all of a sudden I noticed in very, very small letters, it says generated by AI. And then somebody mentioned, here, take a look at this. Yeah, here, look. I zoomed in into this piece of meat. I said, oh, Ben Sari Meyer. It says AI generate content. And then you look at this lemon over here. It's like nishtahin and nishtaher. And where's this cup over here? So the kids are nicely done, nicely done. They're sitting in a basement somewhere in Lakewood. Ki'ilu, they're having a suda. They try to pull a fast one on us. We have to hear the inside story, but I'm very proud of them that they do the share every day. And maybe if they're so good at AI, maybe they should sit down and do some AI for us.
Maybe someone should take 5 for a
Oh, somebody should take them out for a real meal, huh? This guy's email is Givaldik. MDY 1.5. He does the share on 1.5. Chaburas Amaritzim, aka Yeshivas MDY, eating out Rish Chodesh, other learning practical halachas of Ben Sarah Moira. This is Yossi Spivak. Dear Rebelli, I've been learning with the Daf with you on and off for a few years. My father is in start as well. Last week someone spotted him learning it on the plane. I've attached a photo for you to see. Thank you for making my day more enjoyable. Yossi from Lakewood, New Jersey. I need to do this. Oh, Rabbi Isai, Ari Simon, check this out. Away for a weekend getaway with my wife in Athens, and I'm trying to finish Megillah before I get back. Shout out to Molandi, because he decided to do Masechtas Megillah on the plane. Elal doing their part to help. Check this out.
As Rebelli says, a kiss from Hashem. Look at this. They have a special.
Time. Lamosh, if you ever fly business and you want the oil to know how that you flew business, take a note over here. There's a way to do it. You don't even show the whole thing. No, Ba'anova. This is Ba'anova. Rabbi Isai, take a look.
As Rebelli says, a kiss from Hashem. Look at this. They have a special place. Put your Gemara.
Yeah.
Perfect. You made this thing for storing the thing to put your Gemara.
It doesn't show the whole thing. With the Edelkeit. Huh?
It's a premium. Looks like premium. No?
I don't know. I've never won premium. I don't know. No, just kidding. I'm kidding. I've gone. A few times, yeah. Lately I've been going a lot of economy. No, I don't have the $20,000. Oh, did I show this? I didn't show this. Rabbi said, check this out. Some Muncie firefighters. It's hard to see. In the front, look, check out the front. Eli Stefansky, Chief MDY Officer. Shelaima. Leave it there. Where's your son? Oh, Shalom Aleichem. Wow, what a schus. And who's the guy next to you? Wait, what's your first name? Yerucham. Levin. Parents Chaim's son. No, did you bring a single guy to the share? Not even 1/2000th of your father. Garnished. Okay, maybe one day. And what's your name? Yonatan. Okay. Shalom Aleichem. From?
The guy from Oregon.
You're from Oregon? Wow, what a schus. There's a community there? You left. Where do you live? You're the whole community. In one shot. You all left. Where do you live now? Oh, Dalit. Very nice. Anybody else? Anybody else that's a guest? Oh, you're a guest. Shalom, what's your name? You were here once before? No. Naftali, where are you from? What?
I live here on Lafish.
Shalom Aleichem. Welcome. Okay, great. Our boy say, I have to do some of the sponsors. Masechta sponsors, we have a new format. If the other wants, they could watch with me. Refuah Shelaima for Yosef Chaim Shmuel Ben Alte Nechama from his grateful family, anonymous for Atzlacha Baruch's Begashmiyos, Ari Cohn, and remember Yechiel Moshe Ben Chaim who started learning Daf Yomi at age 7 and continued for 32 years until he was nifter. Anonymous for the unity of the Jewish people. Glenn Esterson with love and gratitude from Wilmington, North Carolina. Thank you for enriching my life with Torah. Boy, I made a huge mistake. Huge mistake. I said, whatever. I mean, I don't know if I should repeat the mistake that I made, but I said that Reb Michal Yarden was born in North Carolina. It's not true. It's Sheker. Sheker was born in New York, in Brooklyn, but later on he moved to North Carolina. I hope the editors could take it out from the shir and do the right thing. Maybe we should redo that take it out now. Yeah? Who's on Zoom? Ari Simon is on Zoom. Where? Where is he? Refuah, how you doing? Where's your luxury hotel? No, let's see the background. Oh, okay. Givaldi. You enjoy yourself? I was a little worried about you because they were saying the flights were not. I see. The flights are being delayed to Athens. Okay, Baruch Hashem, you got there. Who else? How many people are Zoom now? Monthly sponsors: Eli Stefansky, Ben Moshe, Eli Stefansky, Yosef, Leon Welcher for the speedy release from house arrest of Ari Rosenfeld, Aaron Ben Hinda, Esther Gitel, Binyomin Rosenfeld, Hatzlachim Parnasa Omein, Yosef Ben Chaya Sara Hatzlacha Beruknis Ubegashmiyos, Leonishmas the fallen hostages, Ari Ben Shiri, Kfir Ben Shiri, Shiri Bat Margit. The Koilan sponsored by HYK Ventures in honor and for the success of all our clients. Yaakov ben Sarah Mishpachtoi Livracha v'Hatzlacha. What is that? Another koil of the month? Halavai. Art of the month for Schus, for Reb Eli and the whole MDY staff continuing to make Torah and Jove so many. In honor of Yossi Klein and Marcus Shinazi for all the work they do. The daily sponsors. What was that? The art of the month came first. Interesting. Daily sponsors for Refuah Shelaima L'chol Chayli Am Yisrael and for the freeing of all the hostages. Jeremy Sykes, B'schus my Shver, Yechiel Gordon, Lincolnwood, for bringing me to the Daf 1 year ago. Yechiel Gordon is a big part of the Daf in Chicago and Lincolnwood. Good friend of mine, used to live mamish a few houses away from me. And he brought his son-in-law, Gevaldik. Okay. Jeremy Sholem. Victor Shine, happy 60th birthday today to Victor Shine from his family and friends until 120 years of Hashem.
Amen. Victor Shine.
What's shot in this screen that you're doing here?
It's a good friend of mine.
Yeah. A good friend of yours. Oh, there's more. Yossi and Michal Rubenstein. We said this already, no? There's another one. Yossi Michal Rubenstein. Yossi's sitting in the back over there. You could zoom in on him. Let's see if you know how to do it. Michal's grandmother's yahrzeit is today. So who's the yahrzeit the other day? Who? This person's son? Was yahrzeit on? Yesterday, wow. Joel Azuri, the Nechama should have an aliyah. Joel Azuri, in memory of Lior Tova Bat Rachamim Alei Shalom on the third yahrzeit, and as a schus for our 4 kids. Wow. Wow, you remember the mice over there? Crazy story. We don't want to go into it. I love Joel, and his father was a very big part of his shir. What's his name? I'm not going to even try to say it. Seichel. He was just here 3 days ago. Whoa. He's talking to me. What's Pshat? That's why, I was wondering how come Siri doesn't work. And I was like, okay, I got to put it back on. And now I see why. He's talking to me in the middle shir. Ephraim Simcha Cherek, maybe it's chus for my father, Shlidu's dedication to the Daf has been an inspiration. Wow. More? Okay, that's it. Okay, Rabbi Isai, here we go. Today, where are we starting from? Chet Elu Chayvi Krisos? Before? Nine Rosemont, that's where it is. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name again? Booking Golds. I'll remember that one. Yitzchak, I mean. Huh? Yitzchak B, that's what the Olam calls you? And that's who? Chaim B. Okay, Gevaldik. Chet Elu Chayvi Krisos. I don't hear my phone. You hear my phone? Not on. Okay. That's somebody else's phone. We learned in the Mishnah that a chayv krisos, somebody's about to perform a veira, an arayis that's chayv krisos, you're allowed to kill them. Says the Gemara, ve'ilu na'aros sheyesh lem knas. Habala choisai, terrible story. A person had relations with his own sister. He has to pay her 50 shekel. Now, this is the famous concept, if we could find it here.
Sounds like an android.
Okay, we have a Kamle B'Dirav here somewhere. Kamle B'Dirav. I don't know where it is, but okay. Don't, you'll find it somewhere else. Okay, it's not in here. We know the idea, we just spoke about it yesterday, that if a person is over a isser where he's chayiv misa, and at the simultaneously he performs something else where he causes somebody a monetary damage, So he's parted from the monetary damage. Why? Because he's giving up his life. He's chayiv misa. Now, this brother that has relations here with the sister, he's chayiv krisus on the spot. So he's chayiv krisus on the spot. Yeah, you're right. Right now you can't really kill him, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu kill him. He's chayiv misa. So he's chayiv misa and a knas and a penalty of 50 shekel simultaneously. So why does he have to pay the 50 shekel? If you're right that a chayiv krisus is somebody that you could kill, so you could kill him right now. You could kill him. Since you could kill him, and we learned yesterday, if there's a guy that you could kill because he came to your house, and you know he's going to stand up to you, you're going to stand up to him, and he's going to kill you for standing up to him, and then he breaks a vessel. We said he's part on the vessel. Why? Since you could kill him, b'damim kaninu. You acquired him with that blood. You know what? I'll tell it to you now. I had sorry, I didn't tell you this yesterday, but I couldn't tell it to you yesterday because I didn't hear it until last night. I have tsar that I heard last night, and now I'm going to say it. Rabbi Rich was here, sitting right here at this seat last night, Friday night, and he gave this drasha. It was beautiful. And he said as follows. He brought from the, he said that, he brought this Gemara, and Margulis Hayam says that, B'damim kaninu, we're going to see it also soon. Again, what's the idea that somebody comes into your house in the middle of the night, you're allowed to kill him. Why? Because if you stand up to him, he might kill you. So since he might kill you, you're allowed to kill him first. And the Gemara says that if he breaks something in your house, or if he steals something and goes outside, according to Rav, he doesn't have to give it back to you. Why? Because he acquired it with his blood. So he says, a beautiful vart. He says that this idea of Mesiras Nefesh, you could learn it, this guy acquired the diamonds, stealing it, but we could acquire Ruchnius with our blood, Mesiras Nefesh. And he brings a raya, he says that how do the soldiers in a war, in a battle, how do they acquire the loot? What makes it theirs? He says what makes it theirs is their Mesiras Nefesh. That they gave up their life, they could get killed, that acquires something. B'damim kaninu. He says, therefore, by Sanhedrin, when all the soldiers died on their own, all the enemy they woke up in the morning and everybody's dead, so they had a shiloh whether they could take the loot. What was the shiloh? B'damim kaninu. I don't know if I didn't give my life for anything. Why should I be able to take it? And in fact, by Yerichai, when they only went around the wall and the wall fell, so they weren't able to acquire the loot because of this idea, because you only acquire loot when you give up your life. The Mitzrayim Lamashal and Mitzrayim, we took the loot because we gave up our life for it. So Mela, when it comes to Yiddishkeit, how do you acquire something? What's the trick? You have to give something up. You have to give your life up. You have to give something from yourself. Some people give up sleep. Some people give up their cell phone. Some people give up Netflix. Each person gives something else that's very valuable to him, but you give it up. You say, you know what, Hashem, I like this thing. This is what I do every day, but I'm not going to do it. For you, I'm giving this thing up. Can I get something back in return? B'damim kaninu. It's a gewaltige Wort. Yeah, that's mamish. Another, it's the idea, explains it behind. Okay, says the Gemara. So we have a problem here. If you're in fact right that this brother can be killed because he's about to be over with his sister, so therefore he should be pater from paying his sister the 50 shekel. So they said the pshat is that the moment he touches her with hara, that's the moment that he's chayiv misa. A moment after that, he's not chayiv misa anymore. You can't kill him. It's too late. When he's in the middle of the act, you can't kill him. It's like a second act. So therefore, he's pater from the death penalty from that moment on. But when does he owe her the 50 shekel? Not from the time he started touching her. Ad gemar bia. That's the next step. We broke her psulim. Doesn't literally mean gemar. It means a step later. According to the Mandam, it says that the word hara means the first touch. But if it's the second step, the second stage, I should say. So that means that breaking of the psulim and being chayiv misa happen simultaneously. My ikela meimar, why should he have to pay the 50 shekel? He's still a dead man walking at this moment. You're allowed to kill him, and if you're allowed to kill him, you shouldn't have to pay the 50 shekel. It's the same concept, but in a different way. That it might even be two different people over here in this case. But the point is that he was paigim her, the Shaloi Kedarka. Shaloi Kedarka, that we learned already a number of times that from the word mishkeve teaches us Shaloi Kedarka, that unnatural way is just like natural in terms of the Chiyuv Misa. So the Chiyuv Misa happens by the Shaloi Kedarka. V'chazer ba'ala Kedarka, to be chayiv the knas, to break the psulim, it's Kedarka. And that's why he has to pay the 50. We have 5 tirutzim here, 5 different explanations. Rav Amar, b'menichasei shlei argenot. This is the sugi that we had the other day. Actually, it was in the Mishnah according to Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda says that a woman could say, as somebody's forcing himself, she could say, don't kill him. I'm concerned that if you kill him, he'll kill me. That if you try to kill, so therefore she gets him out of the misa. And if she gets him out of the misa, you don't have a kamli b'derabin anymore. The whole thing is that he's chayiv misa, and therefore, and at the simultaneously he's chayiv for the knas. He should be part of it. He's not chayiv misa now because she said, let him go. We're talking about that his sister was a mafuta. She wasn't forced, she was convinced. Therefore, she gives up. There's no misa in that case. You can't kill the guy, you can't kill the brother. There was an agreement here. It was willingly. So you don't have to say it goes according to Rabbi Yehuda, it goes according to all the mandamim. There's no misa here. I'm not going to show you my favorite video. It's not really my favorite. I'm kidding. I just like the guy screaming, he shoot my arm off. Whatever he scream over there. Okay, what? Oh, because of the place that he parked. Givaldik, yeah. So, again, we're talking about a guy that's about to be over an affair with his sister. You could shoot him in the head, but you could also shoot him in the leg. Either one is very effective. And he decided, so since you could get out of the situation by just shooting him in the leg, Rabbi Yosef Ben Chaya, the Sanya, Rabbi Yosef Ben Chaya, somebody is chasing somebody else to kill him, and a bystander saw this whole situation. He could save the situation by just shooting him in the leg. He shot him in the head. Neragalov. The saver gets killed for this. Why? In America also, if you could shoot somebody in the leg or you could get out of it and you shoot somebody in the head, they're going to put you away for a long time. They make people crazy. Here, unfortunately, here in Eretz Yisrael, a guy shoots a terrorist in the head after he's down and he didn't have to. It's big tsaras, big tsaras. Question. Guy's walking down the street and he sees smoke coming out of a window. So he calls the fire department, and there was a false alarm because it wasn't smoke, it was really a smoke machine. The guy was practicing for his chasana, and there's a little smoke machine. And now the fire department is all upset, and they say you have to pay $1,000 fine because you called us for nothing. Who has to pay the $1,000? The guy in the house or the guy that made the mistake downstairs?
Neither. It's a write-off.
But the fire department said, we're not leaving until you pay us $1,000. The guy in the house? Yes. He made him call. He didn't do anything. He just had a smoke machine. If he didn't make him think?
But it's good for him because let's say someone lies down in the street and a car is coming to kill him.
Yeah.
So it's good for him if you pull him in his leg and then you break his leg. If you want to, you should do it. Because what if the car is totally going to come?
Yeah, he wants you to do it. So therefore what? And that's why you should pay for the smoke? Kids have good svaras today. What about the adults? Any adults besides Moshe? No, I was telling somebody, sometimes the kids are quicker and better than the adults. So he's like, yeah, because they're kids, it's gears to the Yankees, so they're good. This guy, Zaidi has a lot of anah from him. He's 2 for 2. This kid. He's pretty soon you're Zaidi also. Zaidi watches too? Not yet. Noch nicht. Your father. Is your father? Okay. Nachas. So we're going to see the answer soon. I only ask questions that you're not going to. The answer is that the guy, like he said, the guy that has the smoke coming out of his house, he has to pay. I'll give you an example. It happened to a good friend of mine. There was a kid that had epilepsy or something, was laying on the floor. So my friend saw it. He didn't know. He was like, call the ambulance. So the ambulance says, you have to pay us. We came. And the kid just jumped up and walked away. So now they said, you have to pay. You called us, so you pay us $600, whatever the thing is. He said, no, yeah. So the answer is, in that case, the kid has to pay. Well, if he's a kid, he's a kid, but the kid's parent. Because, as we're going to see later on,
the Good Samaritan law in America, the guy who called would never be a chayav.
even if it was a mistake.
Yeah,
a mistake. I think there's a fire. I think the fire's in your house. It's like calling a pizza for somebody. You order a pizza for somebody.
It's called the Good Samaritan law.
So if you want to get somebody, you want to get your neighbor, you call up a bunch of ambulances and then fire the bar.
That's right.
And you make and they have to pay for it.
The government
Okay.
has to take care of it. The taxes, your tax dollars.
Yeah. Right. No, yeah, but that, I hear you saying that every time you want to, I hear. By the way, my son texted me. He said, "Listen, you spoke about people have to get other people to learn Torah. How come you didn't mention me? You know, people are trying to get me to learn Torah. They spent $20,000 to get them to learn the Masechta. Like, pay up, Rabbi said, pay up. So here I am. I just mentioned it. It's only, is there a shear how much you have to pay? Maybe 30,000. I don't know. Okay.
Now you know why you're the fire chief.
Zog the Gemara. Well, I'm not the fire chief. I'm MDY director. They didn't give me anything fire. Says the Gemara. Oh, just a question for later on. My time at the Rabbi Yonis Mishol. Why is it that Rabbi Yonis Mishol says that if you could save him in another way, you have to save him in another way, and if you don't, you get killed? My time at the Rabbi Yonis Mishol. There was a fight between two men. And what happened was a woman walks by, she was pregnant, and they were fighting. Their fight was a death fight. They were fighting to the death. They were going to kill each other. In fact, if they kill this woman, it's interesting, halacha. They were trying to kill each other, but they kill a woman. She was walking by, and they kill her. Here we have a Givaldic video, if I can find it. Here we go. I believe this is Yoshi's first animation try. Here we go. I think it's great, actually. The fighting. So they gave her a Gesundheitsgesetz. If she dies, that guy is chayiv misa. Even though they were trying to kill each other, there was a zetz of killing, and they killed somebody else. It's a chiddush, right? And if she miscarried because of that zetz, they have to pay. Now, the question is, if she didn't die, he must pay for the miscarriage. Does it come over the rabbinay? Does it come over the rabbinay? He was in a situation of killing, and so why should he have to pay? Now, the Gemara says, the only way out of this is if you believe what we just said, that if he could get out of it by, if a bystander was there, if the cop shows up, if the cop could kill, or not kill him, shoot the guy in the leg and disable him, and then there's no more fight, he should have done that. And Mimela, since he could do that, then we're not talking about that he's chayiv misa. The guy in the fight is not chayiv misa because all he's chayiv now is a leg shot. And therefore, if he owes money at that moment, he would have to pay for the money. It's only when he's chayiv misa, when the only way to resolve the whole situation is by shooting him in the head. Shooting in the head, then he's chayiv misa. And instead and simultaneously he made this woman miscarry, so he wouldn't be chayiv on this baby. Why? Because he's chayiv misa at that time. So we must come up with this idea that he could be matzel bechem meivarav. I could see why he would have to pay money in that case. Keep going. Here's the case. He could shoot him in the leg, and he didn't. At the time, he could have shot him in the leg. But if you say that he could shoot him in the leg, but he's still allowed to shoot him in the head, then he's chayiv misa. If he's chayiv misa, he shouldn't have to pay for the baby. So give me what's the case that he have to pay for the baby? Says Gemara, maybe, just for a moment, we're going to ask, Dilma, Shani the Misa. Look, the Misa is on one individual, and the payment, he wanted to kill his friend, a guy, and the payment is on the woman. So it's two different people. So maybe that's why he has to pay for the money. No, Loishna, there's no difference. Domarava, if somebody's chasing somebody else and doing so, he broke the vessels. It doesn't matter whose vessels he did it to, he's potter. My timer. Since he's chayiv misa at that moment, so when he breaks vessels, he's potter. And a guy that's running away that broke vessels, the halach is different. Potter. If he breaks the vessels of the guy with the gun that's chasing him, then he's potter. But if he breaks other people's vessels, right? He's running away from a guy and he starts throwing a bike at him. He wants to save his life. He throws his neighbor's bike. You're chayiv for the bike. You have no right to save yourself with somebody else's property unless you pay for it. Potter. Why? If he breaks the guy with the gun's bike, then he's potter. You're allowed to kill the guy, so you're allowed to break his bike. Why? You're not allowed to. There's three people in this scene. Here, let me show you. So, because it's a little difficult, I thought it might be a little difficult to explain. There's a guy chasing, let's say, a woman with a gun. And there's a cop chasing the guy with a gun. The cop trips over something, and he broke the fruit stand. Yeah? So he's the third guy in this situation. The cop is trying to help to resolve the situation. So in this case, he's potter. This is the case, similar, we can learn from here, says the Rosh, the case of the guy that sees smoke coming out of somebody's window and he made a mistake. It was really, he left the shower on for too long and there's smoke coming out. It's not really his fault. The guy downstairs made a mistake, but in this case, the guy with the shower has to pay. Not because it makes any sense logically, not because the halacha is like that. It's only like Xero Shemata. The svara is we want the Good Samaritan law. We want people to call the police. We want people to get involved. And if they have to be, if once in a while they're going to be chayiv, they're not going to want to do it. It says in the Mishnah, but if somebody's chasing a behemoth to do behemoth, you don't kill him. We learned this. The Gemara now explains. A guy is about to perform avodah zarah, you're allowed to kill him. Because I have a kavachomer. If a person is about to be over in Arayis, you're allowed to kill him. The worst comes to worst, what's going to happen exactly? This woman is going to have a blemish. You're allowed to kill the guy. So if somebody's about to make a blemish in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so certainly you should stop it. I saw somebody asking, but you can't blemish the Rebbeinu Shalom. You can blemish a human being, you can't blemish HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But the idea is, he's trying to be over against HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you should stop him. As the Gemara, could you punish somebody because you have a good logic? Chasavar, Reb Shimon Bar Yochai holds Oinshim in Adin. Yes, he holds he can be. So what does Reb Shimon Bar Yochai hold? When it comes to Avodah Zarah, you're allowed to kill a guy before he performs Avodah Zarah. Tani Reb Elazar, Reb Shimon Omer. Now his son Reb Elazar says, let me add to that. Hamachal Shabbos nidin la'atzil b'nafsho. Somebody is Machal Shabbos, you're allowed to kill him. That would be, if we pass like that, it would be like a war every Shabbos here. People take out their AK-47s. Anybody drives down the street. Okay. First of all, he holds like Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, like Rashbi, that Oinshim in Adin. That you could kill somebody based on logic. Somebody wrote me an email about this. Let me just show you what he wrote. That maybe I shouldn't show a gun because his son watches the shir. So if somebody's here, let me just show you what he doesn't want me to show. If somebody's about to do Avodah Zarah, you're allowed to take a BB gun. I mean one of those cap gun, no, those Purim guns. What? A red piece on the end. You're allowed to take a cap gun and shoot the guy in Avodah Zarah and not kill him. Kill is not a nice word. Make him go bye-bye. So therefore, says his son, because we learn Mechalel, that says Mechalel, so therefore, if somebody's about to be Mechal Shabbos, you're allowed to make him go bye-bye with not a gun. He advised that maybe instead of a gun, we should use a blow-up beeper. A beeper that explodes. I'm not kidding. I kid you not. It's not a bad idea. I like the idea. It's a little bit more graphic. Limbs and everything. Rabbi said everybody know, every kid knows this Gemara. There's 3 Averis Chamuros. Everybody knows them. Avodah Zarah, Gil Arayis, and Shvichas Damim. There's 3 Averis that you have to give up your life for. Here's the sugya. You should do the Aver and don't get killed. Why? Because the Torah says, Voch. You're supposed to live with the mitzvahs. The mitzvahs are here to give you life, not to create death. Chutz, besides 3 things. What? Avodah Zarah, you have to give up your life. Worship this Avodah Zarah and don't die. How do you know that you should worship the Avodah Zarah? It's interesting that Friday morning, I mentioned this in Shir, I want to show you another piece that I saw. Where is this? It's right over here, I believe. I thought it's fascinating. This woman, I'll just say it real quickly. It's in English, so you guys understand. Shalom Aleichem. She was in captivity for. She's Keith's wife, so she's only in captivity for, not only. She was there for 2 months, 3. I don't remember what the amount. And she says that they forced her to pray to Allah, and she said, "Absolutely not." Here we go.
Wow. And also,
not this guy. Where was it? Oh, this one. Here we go. This is your friend.
It was just a moment that I said to myself, I'm not going to pray to Allah. I'm just not going to do that. And I tried to whisper the words with him, not that he won't feel that I'm not saying
it's not Shai Gracha speaking, by the way.
But I was forced to do it. And I wasn't prepared to do it. And I'm so proud of myself. Because he could have screamed at me or hit me. And I decided that I'm not doing it.
Isn't Allah Hashem?
Oh, yeah. So I'm proud of her. I think, it's a special thing what she did. And there's a thesis actually on this daf that talks about what she did. Because halachically speaking, I don't think you could daven to Allah because that's Hashem. So if they said this, maybe there's an Indian, I don't know. You have to ask her off. Maybe there's an Indian of Chil Hashem. Maybe they think that she's converting. I don't know. Do you get hit for that? I don't think so. But she did a very noble thing. I'm not taking that away from her. Anyway, so says, huh? He interviewed her. So you can think, I said the story about the Cossack in English, right? With the sword?
Right.
Yeah.
In English. Okay, good. So, where are we? So Avodah Zara. Now there's two exceptions to the rule. Avera that's in public is different than Avera that's done in private. Avera that's done in front of 10 Jews, it becomes Fahes, it's public, and that's a Chil Hashem. And for that Chil Hashem, you have to give up your life. Okay, that's the idea of Kiddush Hashem, of Chil Hashem, in front of 10 people. Oh, so we have a kasha. When it comes to Avodah Zara, you see that you don't have to give up your life, only if it's in public, but if it's in private, you don't have to. Says the Gemara, Inu the Omar Kir B'Eliezer. They hold the Kir B'Eliezer, the sign of B'Eliezer Omer. I told you this story, but here, I got to show it to you, no? Maybe not. Not this. Where was it? This right over here is just also very special.
Wow. And also I remembered, I would say...
Did I show this on Friday?
Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Amen.
Shema Yisrael, Shem Echad, Amen.
Shem Kavod, Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed, Amen. I would say those two.
These are two psukim he said in the Bible. 500 plus days.
Kiddush.
The first thing he did when he came back is he made Kiddush.
Kiddush and...
But this poor guy, this hostage, he didn't know more than these two psukim, and then he later learned, he says over here, he later learned the bracha of Binyomin because he was watching TV, they let him watch TV, it's very interesting Israeli TV, and a guy on TV mentioned Binyomin, so he started saying brachas on food when he mizaynos, but when he wanted to connect to Hashem, he said Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. So it says in the pasuk, you have to have in mind when you say B'chol Levavcha with your two Yetzers, Yetzer Tov, Yetzer Ra, B'chol Nafshecha, even if they take your neshama, or B'chol Meidecha, even if they take away all your money. So Gemara asks him, Nema B'chol Nafshecha, Lama Nema B'chol Meidecha. If it says if they take away your life, so why does it have to say if they take away your money? Nema B'chol Meidecha, Lama Nema B'chol Nafshecha. Take away your money. Why do you have to say they take away your life? A regular human being that his body is more important to him than his money. But you have a crazy person that he likes his money more than his body. Huh?
What Jack Lennon used to say. He used to ask me, money of your life. So he goes, I'm thinking.
Money of your life, I'm thinking. Oh, no, that's a Pacham Gdanim. But is there anybody in this room that likes money more than his life? Anybody? I thought about it a little bit, but MS, I think there's a lot of people in this room that like money more than their life. They'll spend time working and eating nash, not taking care of their body. You know, that's life. Smoking, well, that's a little different. But if you don't take care of your body, this is on a practical level. Maybe you like money more than your body. If you work and it cuts sleep and cuts health. But there are people. I had an employee. I said this a number of times. I had an employee. I'm not going to say his name because he might be watching this year. His name is Tim. He lives down in Tennessee. He said he hates everybody equally. He hates Jews, everybody equally. He's a very bemis. He worked for me for many years, and he told me. He says he needs a surgery, and he cursed out those doctors. He says those doctors, they want too much money. I'd rather die than give them the money. I said, but if you die, you're not going to have the money. You're going to be dead. He says, you're right, but he couldn't give the money for the surgery. He wouldn't do it. He says, I'd rather die than give him the money. Okay, there are some people like that. And now if you notice in the Torah, in Kriyat Shema, when it talks about B'chol Levavchem, plural, B'chol Nafshechem, it's missing what? B'chol Moedechem. Doesn't say. Why? Because society as a whole doesn't like their money more than their body. But there are individuals. So in the individual, there is such a thing. And that's why we have to say it.
Where's Tim now?
He's in Tennessee somewhere, I think.
Oh, he lived?
Yeah, he lived. Once in a while, he contacts me. He's a great guy. He hates everybody equally. Now we have two things. Gila Rais Shrichas Dom is like Rebbe. This is Rebbe Oimer. That we had yesterday. Why does it talk about the killing when we're talking about a naira merasa? In the pasuk, if you're reading it, you'd say, "Oh, I need to learn naira merasa out of a ritzach." No, it happens to be in fact, we're learning ritzicha from naira merasa. That what makish ritzach the naira merasa the zakish. You're allowed to kill the guy that's pursuing the naira merasa. So too, a guy's killing somebody else, you're allowed to kill him. And there's a hekish between naira merasa and ritzach. And now there is something that I learned from ritzach. Ritzach, if somebody gives you a gun and says, "You kill this guy right now, or I'll kill you," you have to take the bullet. You're not allowed to kill somebody else. So to naira merasa, if somebody says, "Be mizana with this naira merasa," you take the bullet. And how do I even know that you have to give up your life and not kill somebody else? Says Gemara, believe it or not, it's not a pasuk. Svaro, it's logic. Daoud doesn't come to the rabbi. Somebody came to the rabbi. Omerle Mari Duroi. The governor of the town said, "Zilkat leplanya, I want you to go kill so and so. V'lo, and if you don't do that, katil nalach, I will kill you." Omerle liktulach v'lo tiktoil. They should kill you and don't kill. Why? The famous line in the Gemara, Miyema, the Dama the Doch Sumuk Tvei. Who told you that your blood is redder than your friend's blood? Dilma Dama Dahu Gavra Sumuk Tvei. So there's a Rashi here, important Rashi. Rashi says, Mi yodesh yedama chavev v'no liyotzrecha yosem dam chavercha. Hilkach ein kan loymar v'chay bohem v'loishyamas bohem. Shloi hidra kosov elam shem chavivas nashim shel Yisrael HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves people, and He doesn't want you to die and to die and not do an aver. He wants you to do the aver and live. He loves your life. However, if you have two people up against each other, who says that He loves you more than him? He loves you both equally. He loves you both equally. And it's a tremendous aside because it doesn't say anywhere in the Gemara that if you're up against Reb Chaim Kanievsky, that you have to give up your life for Reb Chaim Kanievsky. Hashem loves everybody equally. Everybody equally. There are no favorites by Hashem. Doesn't matter how many averis you did. I mean, if you're Oisa Maisa Amcha, obviously. But if you're from Jew, it doesn't matter how many this and how many that and how much you know and how much you learn. Hashem loves, there's no gdima in that. L'chayra. Says the Gemara, there's another exception to the rule. When do you do an avera? Let's say a guy says, don't put on tefillin. I don't know if it's avera. An avera, what's an avera? Talk lashon hara, or I'll kill you. So obviously, you talk lashon hara. But there's an exception to the rule. If there's a gzera of the malchus, there's a shmad where they're killing Jews and they want to eradicate Judaism, so even for the smallest things, you have to give up your life. The smallest avera. Yeah, we'll see in a second. Afilu b'shat zgeris hamachos. Afilu mitzvah kala yaharig b'al yav. Kiyasar Rabban Amar Yechon afilu shalei b'shat zgeris hamachos le'amar le b'tzina. Now, if there's no shmad, there's no gzer from the malchos, then this is only in private. Afilu mitzvah kala yaharig b'al yavor. You should kill yourself. I got to tell you the Maisa, the famous Maisa Shahaya. There was a brisker guy that was walking in the old city. Nebuch, a terrible story. He was walking in the old city, and an Arab came to him with a knife and wanted to kill him. So he said, "Listen, I know I'm going to die, but in my religion I have to make a bracha." So he said, "Let me make a bracha." So he made a bracha. Baruch Ato Hashem, he's shaking. Keinu Melech Haolam. Sharik Yishalom and Tzivanu, and he's screaming, "L'kadesh!" The Arab got so nervous he ran away. So he started screaming, no, Hefsek! They only laughed because they said it's a Maisa Shaya. If I would have said it like my mitzvah kala. According to the Shla, by the way, it's not a bracha levatala. That the story is wrong. According to the Shla, the mitzvah is that you agreed to die al Kiddush Hashem. That is, you don't have to die. You don't have to fulfill the mitzvah. You don't have to make sure you die. As long as you agree to die, you mekayim the mitzvah according to the Shla. Okay, we'll go weiter. When the brisker does it, you can yell to him, "No, according to the Shla, this, that." But I'm machmir, not like the Shla, whatever. Okay, fine. My mitzvah. What does it mean, a very small mitzvah? So here's a picture. In the time of the Gemara, the Jews were very cool. They wore black shoes with white laces. And the Goyim, they weren't so tznius, it says. They wore black laces with the black shoes. So Mamish is coming back into style. I don't think that the heels were so white, but okay, different Shiloh. Rav Oisai, a fascinating thing I discovered on Friday. I shared it with the Olam. You know what? Who wants to volunteer to answer this question? Eitanji. The Chavetz Chaim said that he only buys slip-on shoes because he did the math. He did the math. He said if you wear shoes that require to tie them, it takes about a minute a day. A minute a day. So Eitan G, here's my question. In a lifetime of a human being, if you spend 1 minute a day tying your shoes, how many hours does that equal up in your entire life?
It depends how long.
Quick, 90 years.
90 years? 365? 1 minute a day? Hours? Go ahead. Carry the one. Go ahead. I would say 10,469 hours days.
Anybody else want to jump in here? Do we have anybody that learned in Panovich? What do you say? How many hours? Throw it out. Doc, how many?
400 hours.
400.
540.
You just did the math.
I just carry the one.
That's the math I did. I did 550. 550 hours.
Panovich math.
Panovich math. 500, it's still a lot of hours. 550 hours of your lifetime just bending down and tying your shoe. And then I said, wait a minute. What else are we doing for 550 hours in our lifetime? Brushing your teeth. I'm stopping to brush my teeth. That's it. That'll be like, I brush my teeth 4 times a day, actually.
But you can learn Torah while you're brushing your teeth.
Who? Yeah, so?
So anytime they duchen,
He did more? No, it's 1 minute of that. He didn't duchen in Europe. But how many things, think about it, how many things that we do that are very trivial, they're nothing, garnished, but it's only 1 minute a day. I never thought about it. 1 minute a day just hit me like a ton of bricks after I did the math on Friday. 1 minute a day equals 550 hours of your life.
6 hours a year. About 6 hours a year.
6 hours a year? Okay. Huh? 22 days you spend tying your shoes. The dumbest thing. I'm serious. That I don't want to talk about these guys, but like Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, and then the guy from Facebook. What's his name? Mark Zuckerberg. No, he's not Michigan. It's Mark Zuckerberg. They only wear like one color T-shirt because it takes up too much time of the brain to go look through the thing. If you make the cheshbon, I'm like, gonna wear blue today? No, black. That's 2 minutes. That's too much time for them. Wear one thing. Okay. Anyways, weiter. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? Sharon Baron. From? Gimel. We got Gimel. There's a bunch of new guys. You guys, what's your names over there? Yeah, you. From? Tinek. Shalom Aleichem. And you guys? You were here, no? But you also used to come here and daven and chakras a lot, no? No? What's your name? And the guy right before you?
This is my son, Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. From where? Wow, you're a young father, man. So we have 3 generations. He's hiding your father. He doesn't want to be shown. Shalom Aleichem, father. That's you. Wow, Shalom Aleichem. You were at my vard, you're at my chasana. You gave me a present for my chasana. Wow, I didn't recognize. Why are you hiding, Rabbi Cherek? Wow. You learn Daf Yomi every day in Chicago over there in that Vesikim Minyan.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning. Psh. Givaldi. Wow, that's your father. Oh, shkoy for me. 3 generations. Kol hakavod. Okay. Zog the Gemara. Now, we're going back to the daf here. V'kama farhesio. Oh, sponsors. Rabbi Cherek, you can continue learning now. We have a sponsor, sorry. The sponsors of other, Dr. Alan and Barbara Listhouse, in memory of my dear father, Joseph Listhouse, on his 45th yard site, Mordechai Yosef Ben Aaron Olav Shalom. Refuah Rivka Henyo Bas Shulamis, Refus Latino Yechiel Yedidya Ben Nechama Shendel. Nadlife, is that how you pronounce it? Where's, what's his name? Nadlife Realty, Bet Shemesh, and Moshe Einhorn. In honor of Belly and the entire MDY family, Yisher Koyach, all new sponsors. Become Paresi, how many people do you need Paresi? It has to be 10 people. Pshita Yisrael and Binim, you need Jews. D'chsiv, B'negdash B'sich B'nei Yisrael. So B'nei Yisrael it says, Boy Rabbi Yirmiyah Tishi Yisrael B'nochri Echad Ma'u. What happens? Ki mitzaref a goy. Toshma, the Tony Rabbi Yanei, Achud Rabbi Chia Barabba. As Yitoich Toich Ksiv Hacha B'negdash B'sich B'nei Yisrael. Ksiv Hasam, it says by Koyrach, Yibadlu Metoich Ha'edo HaZois. Reb Moshe is machlokes. Reb Moshe holds. What about Kimitzaref? And we have a lot of non-observant Jews that watch the daf. In fact, a few of them were completely chayzer b'tshuva because of the shir. We had a couple come to the Shabbaton. We had a few people that told us, but nobody should get insulted here. Can you be mitzaref, a non-affiliate, a non-observant Jew to a minyan? So Rav Moshe holds yes, and because I mentioned Rav Moshe, I got to show you this unbelievable video that was just found. I mean, it just came out now. Here's it from the archives of Mr. Menachem Down, Zechariah Lebrocha. I showed this. No. This is the one with tefillin. You can learn a fascinating thing here. This is all the way at the end of Rav Moshe's life. So he's not very healthy, and he's sitting down when he's putting on the film. But I learned something new. Rav Moshe, instead of doing all his 7 things and then stopping over here and then putting on the shorosh for the hefsek, he did 1, 2, and then he went through to his hand and he did this whole shakai on his hand. And then he put on, and you see that he's still with it. Here, let me just show you real quickly. Hecher, he's saying higher. How many people have seen a video of Rav Moshe Feinstein? I just want to show this halacha real quickly. I'm not saying this is what you should do. This is how he did it. Huh? I don't know. You see how he just went there? And he knows what he's doing. He's doing all his fingers, the whole thing, the shakai. Oh, you missed that finger. How you do it on between the? Does anybody else do it like that? I do between the pinky. You also do it between the? And it's not like he forgot something. As soon as he puts on the film shorosh, he goes back, undoes it, and he does all 7. Okay, we have another shir that I have to do tonight, so I'll show you more, but I have to go weiter. It's on the internet if you guys want to see it, I think. So if a person was Michal Shabbos in front of 10 people, Befarhesya, then he can't be, it's a whole thing, the Arletzion, Rabbi Abba Shaul, the Sfardim, he holds that you can't be mitzaref. Then you have the famous story, the Geshmaka story, where a guy comes to the Meisharim Shtiblach at 2 in the morning, and he thought he's going to find the Ma'ariv, and there's nobody there. So he calls up the taxi company, and he orders a taxi, then he orders another one. Because he ordered 9 taxis, and they all showed up, and he said, just put your meters on, come let's have a Ma'ariv, and he got a million like that. Okay. I hope he didn't get any Arabs, and then you have the Shiloh, 1 Arab and 9 Jews. Are they mitzaref? No, I'm kidding. That's not the Shiloh. Says the Gemara, Malal and Asor v'Kul Yisrael, Afkan Asor v'Kul Yisrael. By Korach, they were all Jews. Ask the Gemara a bomb question. Va Esther Faresehavi. Now, Esther, either the Isser was that she was with Achashverosh the guy, or some Rishonim say that she was married to Mordechai and she's Eishes Ish. It's Mamash a kiss from Hashem, or Mamash coming beginning of Adar, talking about Esther, and Taisus brings Mordechai and Achashverosh. So it was in Pharisee, everybody knew what she was doing with Achashverosh, she should kill herself. Amar Abaya, Esther Karka Oilam Haisa. There's a yisoid that if you're being passive, you have nothing to do with the Aver, you're just standing there, then you don't have to give up your life. For instance, Taisus gives a great example. Let's say they take you and they throw you on top of a baby and they say, we're going to kill this baby with you unless you do X, Y, Z. Kill the baby with me. I'm not doing anything. I'm just a stone. Same thing over here. Unless she's not being passive, unless she's active in the act, and then she would have to give up her life. Rav Omar no asatzim shani. When a guy does it for his own enjoyment, not for avodah zara, that's different. You don't have to give up your life. Because if you don't say that, it's like a hookah thing in those days. Basically, they do incense for avodah zara. The guy will come to your house and they say, "Give us that thing." What are you going to do? So, the point is, they're doing it for their own avodah zara. You're not participating. So too by Esther. Famous story where a guy was on a boat and he had a jewel with him, a very expensive jewel, and the guy on the boat wanted to buy from him for the avodah zara. Everything okay? What's going on with you?
Yeah.
You good? Okay. So they said, "Give it to us." He said, "No, whatever." He knew it was going to the avodah zara, and then by mistake, the jewel went flying out of his hand and went into the water. Who was born? This guy, Rashi. How do you know? This guy's quick. Cheek, cheek. Did I skip? Rava goes according to his own reasoning. If a guy says, "I want you to be Mechal Shabbos, reap these fruit because I need it for my animals. I have a bunch of animals. If not, I'll kill you." He should reap the fruit and don't die for that. But if the guy says Shadil Nahar, why? Because that's for his own benefit and enjoyment, the guy's benefit. Shadil Nahara, I want you to reap the fruit and throw it into the ocean. Why is he doing that? Because he wants you to be Mechal Shabbos. Then you have to die. My time Rashi says we're talking about Dafka if we have those two reasons. In other words, in front of 10 people. Otherwise, you don't have to die if it's not in front of 10 people. In front of 10 people, or on time of a shmad. Should we stop here? Okay, we'll have to stop here. Boysai, have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Good Voch.